Miracles have always fascinated us. Some are so unbelievable that if they were not filmed, no one would believe them. From the survival of a girl run over by a speeding car to the Padre Pio stigmata that never heals, these miracles challenge what we know about reality. Stick around as we explore 7 miracles caught on camera and spotted in real life. Number 7. The incorruptible body of Saint Bernadette. Among the stories of divine intervention and mysterious events, there's a miracle that challenges the laws of nature: the incorruptible body of Saint Bernadette Soubirous. Imagine this: a young peasant girl from Lourdes, France, who was meant not only to live a life of humility and faith, but also to become one of the most astonishing Catholic miracles. Saint Bernadette's story is simple, yet filled with devotion. Born into poverty in 1844, she is best known for her visions of the Virgin Mary at Lourdes, a series of apparitions that would turn this quiet town into a site of pilgrimage. Her life, though short-lived, was filled with grace and piety, leaving an unforgettable impact on her faith community. In 1879, Bernadette passed away at the age of 35, but her story didn't end there. Over 30 years later, when her body was exhumed as part of the canonization process, something incredible was discovered. Her body had remained perfectly preserved, untouched by decay, even though it was never embalmed. This phenomenon left medical experts amazed. They examined her remains and confirmed that there was no natural decomposition, a fact they called a scientific mystery. For believers, it stands as proof of her holiness and divine favor, inspiring awe and reverence throughout Catholicism. Incorruptibility is seen as a sign of holiness within Catholic tradition. Number 6. Child wakes up at her own funeral. Imagine the profound silence of a funeral, only to be shattered by the miraculous gasp of breath from a child once thought lost. Such was the scene in an obscure village, where a 3-year-old girl, declared medically dead, left mourners astounded as she stirred back to life during her funeral. This bewildering episode swiftly inscribed itself into the annals of inexplicable events, leaving both witnesses and skeptics in awe. In this astounding tale, the family had already endured the agony of losing their young daughter. Doctors had pronounced her dead after a severe illness, and preparations for her final farewell were underway. The ceremony was somber, a gathering of loved ones soaked in grief. It was then that an unexpected miracle unfolded. The child awoke, if only for a brief moment, breathing life into what seemed a hopeless situation. Just as she was about to be committed to Mother Earth, a relative said that she could hear a noise in the casket. It was a shocking moment as the casket was opened and the girl's head moved. Thereafter, she went back to her cold state. This event sparked intense discussion on near-death experiences and cultural beliefs surrounding death and resurrection. In many cultures, such occurrences are seen as divine intervention or spiritual awakening, a sign that transcends human understanding. Witnesses described it as nothing short of miraculous, emphasizing that if this miracle were not filmed, skepticism would have prevailed over belief.
Number 5. The miracle of the Chilean miners. Buried beneath the earth with no way out, 33 miners faced an unimaginable ordeal. In 2010, a sudden landslide sealed them deep inside the San Jose mine in Chile. For over 2 months, they battled hunger, heat, and darkness, their fate uncertain. Yet, what happened next would defy all expectations, becoming one of the most remarkable survival stories the world had ever witnessed. For 69 long days, these miners were stuck in the dark with limited food and water. Their situation was dire, with high temperatures and complete isolation, making things even worse. But they didn't give up. They relied on their strength and faith to keep going, turning despair into hope. Above ground, people from all over the world watched anxiously as a massive rescue operation began. Engineers and experts worked together to figure out how to get the miners out safely. It was a difficult task that involved drilling through solid rock, a process that took weeks. On October 13, 2010, everyone held their breath as each miner was brought up to the surface in a special capsule called Phoenix. Cameras captured every moment as families were reunited with tears and hugs. It was a real-life miracle that showed us the power of the human spirit. While the story of the Chilean miners showed a miraculous rescue from beneath the earth, our next story takes us into the realm of the divine, where the wounds of one man left the world searching for answers. Number 4. The Padre Pio stigmata. What would you do if wounds suddenly appeared on your body? Wounds that never heal and only bleed, day after day? This bizarre phenomenon, resembling the marks of Christ, was the reality for Padre Pio, an Italian monk whose life was steeped in both deep faith and mysterious miracles. In 1918, while praying in his monastery in San Giovanni Rotondo, Padre Pio experienced something astonishing: stigmata. These were miraculous wounds that appeared on his hands, feet, and side wounds, strikingly similar to those sustained by Jesus during the crucifixion. For over 50 years, they remained visible, bleeding yet uninfected, confounding medical experts and skeptics alike. These stigmata became a focal point for believers worldwide, drawing thousands who sought not only healing, but understanding. Witnesses claim to have seen these wounds firsthand. If such a miracle had not been filmed or documented through countless testimonies, perhaps they would have drifted into legend. For many followers, it was a miracle. These wounds were physical manifestations of divine connection. His influence extended beyond the miraculous. Padre Pio's teachings emphasized compassion and prayer as paths to spiritual enlightenment. Even after his passing in 1968, his legacy continues to inspire millions worldwide. The stories of healing attributed to him further solidify his place among revered saints. The story of Padre Pio's stigmata reveals a mysterious connection to the divine through wounds that defied all earthly understanding. The next tale centers on a moment of disaster, a collision that should have ended tragically. Yet somehow, life prevailed against all odds. Number 3. Man survives bike crash. In a moment that defied the laws of chance, a catastrophic collision on a busy Russian street left witnesses in stunned disbelief. A truck, metal mangled beyond recognition, had just run over a cyclist. Yet when the dust settled, the impossible happened. The story unfolds as a cyclist pedaling down a busy road, his thoughts perhaps lost in the rhythm of his ride. Without warning, chaos erupts. A red saloon car veers off course, colliding violently with an oncoming truck. The scene is nothing short of cinematic. Metal crunches against, and in the blink of an eye, both vehicles sway toward the unsuspecting biker. The impact is catastrophic. The truck runs over the cyclist, a sight chilling enough to misshape gasps from any onlooker. Yet what happens next defies logic and challenges our understanding of physics. As the dust settles and silence descends momentarily upon the street, the man emerges from beneath the wreckage. Not only does he stand, he kneels on the asphalt as if in disbelief or gratitude for his inexplicable survival. Captured by CCTV footage and shared widely across social media platforms, this incident quickly became a sensation. Viewers around the globe marveled at how this man had been granted another chance at life, a miracle that seemed to transcend human comprehension. After regaining composure, he walked over to check on the truck driver. Remarkably, despite the dramatic overturning of his vehicle, the driver was found alive amidst twisted metal and shattered glass. A second miracle within minutes. But as incredible as this tale of survival may be, it leads us to another story where an even more mysterious figure, a celestial being, appeared amid danger to save a man from certain death. Number 2. Angel saves man. Just when you think you've seen it all, fate has a way of surprising you in ways you never expected. In another part of town, another cyclist faced an equally precarious situation, one that would take him beyond mere chance into realms unexplained. As darkness began to creep in and streetlights flickered on, a man rode his bicycle down a quiet road. Lost in thought about the day's events, he felt safe within his own bubble until he heard the deafening roar of an approaching truck that suddenly veered into his path. CCTV footage captured the incredible series of events. It seemed certain that he would become another tragic statistic. But then, in an unbelievable twist of fate, a mysterious figure dressed in black with white gloves stepped in. In the blink of an eye, this unknown person pulled the cyclist to safety, placing him on the other side of the road. The whole thing happened so quickly and smoothly that it's hard to explain. Many who have seen this footage can't understand how such a rescue could be possible for a human being. The speed and accuracy needed to save the cyclist from certain death suggests something beyond normal abilities, a supernatural force at work. It's as if time stopped for a moment to allow this miraculous act. Just after saving this man, the mysterious figure was seen walking away as if nothing happened. The idea that angels walk among us becomes even more fascinating when faced with evidence so compelling it would be hard to believe without visual proof. Number 1. Face of Jesus on toast bread. A divine message. Imagine starting your morning with a simple breakfast, only to find yourself staring at what seems like a divine revelation. This is exactly what happened to a Florida woman named Diane Dizer. One day, as Diane was making her usual toast, she noticed something extraordinary: the face of Jesus imprinted on her toast. This unexpected sight left her both amazed and puzzled. Was it a holy sign, a mere coincidence, or perhaps just a trick of the eye? Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.